Hey, folks, it's Dr. Sam, and I want to welcome you to another EyeClarity podcast. You know, for the month of December and January, I've promised to have the Vision Summit speakers on, and today we are blessed to have one of the featured speakers for the summit, and her name is Alexandra DeFacio, and she's an amazing healer. She's a holistic therapist, Reiki master, licensed colon hydrotherapist, lymphatic drainage masseuse, and a modern shaman. We're going to talk about that. And she's also trained in ancient Ayurvedic medicine, initiated in the Amazonian shamanism, and I've studied some shamanism myself. So I'm so excited to have you on, Alexandra. I'd like to start off by asking you, how did you get to where you are today? What is your story in how you've kind of arrived?
Thanks so much for having me. It's an honor to be here. And I'm from Brazil. And since I was a little kid, I born with some intuitively sensitivity, let's say like that. And when I came into the United States in 23 years ago, and always I said to all the therapists that I went to, I said, I want to help people, and I didn't know how. So through my own journey, through my own experiences to find my spirituality, I was be able to tap into so many modalities of the healing work and also into holistic practices. And through that, I was be able to heal myself with Hashimoto thyroid disease or imbalance. I like to call imbalance better the disease because I don't believe we create disease in the body. We create imbalances on the body. And through the hydrocolon therapy, I was be able to heal my body with heavy metals and toxins. And that's the way I healed my thyroid function. When I started the problem with the thyroid, I started to develop hyperthyroid, and my eyes started to bulk because the fat that builds up in the back of the retina of the eyes. And when I started to doing the colon hydrotherapy, because in our colon, we have all the reflex points from the entire body. The same we have in our face, the same we have in our hands, and the same we have in our feet. So the ileocecal valve on the ascending colon, that's where the area that is all the reflex points from the eyes. And when people has leaky gut, or they have bacteria or less microbiome, less positive bacteria, you are affecting your eyes from your colon. The colon has more lymph nodes than our brain, the second brain, the first brain. Sure. So the connection from the colon and from the brain, that was the network for me, especially for my healing. Yes. And because I always was very intuitive into the body, and my connection with nature is always profound since I was a little kid. When I decided to go to Amazon and stay with the shamans there and learn, actually it was not about learning, it's about remembering, because we are all individual beings, we are all frequencies, and everything that we think and you put into our lifetime, in our life, that's what we're going to manifestate, correct?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, of course. We're frequencies, and what we put in is what we vibrate out, and then we attract that based on that. So go more, say more. I'm with you.
Yes. Yeah. And for me, working on myself was the way I developed the best shaman in myself, because shaman means teacher, is the master, the teacher, and we are all shamans, in some way. So that's the way I start my practice. When I was 20 days on Amazon, In the last day, I receive intuitively a programming from light languages there. And when I came back to United States, I started to using these vibrational sounds. And after that, I started to use wind chimes and drums and single bowls, and all the frequencies was hitting different way in my body and waking the dormant part of the brain. And that's all connected to the eyes too. So there is a meditation that I started to doing for healing my eyes, because I was like, I was not accepting my eyes to be bulk, through a visualization of light. So when I was doing that, like, let's say you have a far sight problem, you have to imagine something in front of you, ahead of you, that is a light. And then you close your eyes and you bring the light into your eyes. And let the light hit the back of your eyes. And then when you look again to the same focus that you're looking before, the same point of focus, you're going to see your eyes is going to be much more aligned. And then the same, if you have some problem, like in a close the side, like to close the eyes, you imagine that is a light in the center of your hand, and then you put in front of you the form that's very comfortable, and you just keeping looking to that point, and close your eyes and let the light goes penetrate into your eyes and go in the back of your eyes, and you breathe that energy and you feel your body. Sometimes you feel emotion comes up, because the nature, all the indigenous and all the Native American believe that the eyes is the window of the soul. And when you hit with the light, you're remembering what's causing that imbalance in your eyes or in your body.
Yeah.
But because we're so disconnected and so much going on in our mind, the higher ego don't let us to be connected to our bodies in so many ways. So my experience on the Amazon was about connect to the macrocosmo and microcosmo, and
Yes.
bring it to the city. It was phenomenal for me to be in a city and be in a headache time that New York City is, and be able to balance. Always I say to my client, I balance my energy with the city, because it can be wonderful, is wonderful, if you know how to direct yourself through the day. Yeah.
Well, I love your description and what you're saying about it. Let's go a little deeper here. So you talk about, well, there's so many ways we can go with this, but you talk about, for example, the mapping in the colon, and the fact that it's, such an important part of our immune system. And frankly, it's pretty ignored. People don't even think about that. So how do you work with people in being able to help them make breakthroughs in their health and wellness? What's your process?
Okay. My process, I have a technique that I developed called shamanic colonic. And in shamanic colonic, first, when I sit down with my clients, I tap in their auric field. That's the first thing. And the moment I tap to their bodies, the bodies hold this information, as you know, like, let's say the liver holds a lot of anger and a lot of resentment, okay? In a positive way, holds a lot of drive and a lot of courage, okay? The digestive system, the stomach, holds a lot of guilt. And when I tap into the body, when I put my hands on, I can feel the vibration in the energy in your body, whatever your body speaks to me. And what I do, I trace the line for your ancestors. The right side is the father side, the left side is the mother side. And then first, what are we gonna do? We're gonna reconcile with your parents first. Doesn't matter where they come from, doesn't matter what they did to you, doesn't matter if you have a father or mother, doesn't matter if you're abandoned, doesn't matter. What's matter is you choose your parents to give life to you. And there is no price for that. And then do the reconciliation and go back to our stories, because what's our thoughts? Our thoughts is a repetition of the same thoughts and the same beliefs all the time, and getting bigger and bigger and bigger all the time. If you have one shoe, is always the same, doesn't change. And you keep repeating this in a day, in a week, in a month, in a year, and keep repeating that. So my work is to help you to look into these pathways that what you send the signals to your body that stress the body and causes all these imbalances. Mm-hmm. So back to the colon. So when I tap into the colon, when I do the visceral massage into the colon, I am be able to tell exactly what your body has been holding on. And then we do some vibrational sounds that, because you talk about a lot that vibration and sounds is that what the cells needs to release, to let it go, everything that's no longer serve you anymore. And when I use the vibrational sounds, that helps to relax the body. I take you to the sympathetic nervous system, where we can release all the stress and be on a parasympathetic. And that's when your body is open up for me to do the colonic.
That's
so
great.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
the way it works.
For me, sound is such a great way to penetrate the defenses that we set up, the traumas. And, I think we learn defense strategies and our system goes into this lockdown, hypervigilant state. So I think what you're doing is so right on. And, when you work on the vibrational level, you're talking to the cells. The language is it's just easy for the cells to get that. And our ego and our mind doesn't set up the roadblocks, right? So, so this is really, really interesting. So, in your clients, and I see that you also do groups. Tell me about group. Are you doing drumming, or is there?
Yes.
Tell me what the process is when you get into a group situation.
So in a group session, usually I feel the vibration from everybody. Mm-hmm. And then when I access on the 5 elements of nature, they tell me exactly where I have to go. Everything's spontaneous. I don't plan anything. And the moment all the group is there, is for most of the time is from the same reason. Let's say if there feel blockage in the first chakra, the first chakra connects to survival, connect to money, connect to health, connect, especially now, everybody's being in this chronic beliefs and anxiety and all this stuff. So I be able to channel in that area and helps to release all these knots energetics that blocking people to be in their own self.
Sure.
And if you want, I have some instruments here. I can demonstrate something for you if you like.
If you feel comfortable, why don't you give us a short demo? That would be fabulous.
Okay, the short demo that I would like to show to everybody is let's go to the parasympathetic nervous system. Let's relax the body. And my invitation to everyone to close your eyes and let the sound penetrate and to help you to release the stress into the body. That's the first thing. Take a deep breath in, and I'm going to ask for everybody to do 7 breaths for each chakra and ground into the earth. Ready? close your eyes. And take a moment to feel your body. Feel the sound going to your body. Relax your shoulder, your neck, your entire spine, all the way down. All the way down through the feet. And observe your breath. If you have a heavy breath, if you have a difficulty to release the exhale, and notice how is your inhale after 3 breaths. And send this energy, this vibration into the places of your body that's being tight or tense. And now in this quiet space, just to tell your body, your cells, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. And now I'm going to bring another frequency. That's for your whole circulation in the heart. Beat, heart, beat. Healing the heart. Sing the heart. Release love. Feel the vibration in your body. Pulsing your heart in the front and the back. And pump, pump, pump your lymphatic system all over your body, from head to toe. Pump, 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 pump. Bate, bate, coração. Bate, bate, coração. Canta, canta, coração. Canta, canta, coração. Liberta, amor, liberta, amor, liberta, amor, liberta, amor. Liberta, amor. Liberta, amor. And to complete, relax your vagus nerve. Take all this vibration inside of your brain, in your pineal gland, moving to your third eye, into your eyes, in the back of the eyes, into your vagus nerve, all the way down to the spine, all the way down to your sacrum, all the way down to your feet, and ground yourself to the Divine Mother, Gaia. And now take a deep breath in and you start to coming back to your being, to yourself.
So I'd like to share a little bit personally. Um, First of all, the initial sound you used was very opening in my root chakra, and
Good.
feel it in my perineum all the way down into my feet, like a tingling. And then in the second sound, my heart actually began to change its beat as you started to play the drum and then actually do your singing. Um, and so it kind of came back online in a more coherent way. And then the third sound was very activating in the pineal gland, in my head area, my eyes. And right now, I'm feeling like I'm settled more in my body. My breathing is much deeper and slower. So the transmission that you are broadcasting is very potent. And I guess you know that. And um, I think this is going to be great for our community for the summit. And so thank you for sharing uh, this medicine for us. And it's the medicine that we really need that goes so beyond what's being offered right now in terms of pharmaceutical drugs and surgeries and all that stuff. So thank you for giving us a glimpse of it. Um, we're almost out of time, so um, I want to ask you, how can people get in touch with you? I know you're pretty active on Instagram and you've got a website, and so how can people find you?
That's the best way to find me,
Okay,
through the Instagram and through my website.
okay,
And just for you to know, I do remote sessions
okay,
also for who's not in New York.
okay.
Um, and would you like, can I share one thing before we close?
Sure, sure,
That's
Alexandra, share. Yes,
very good for the function of the eye. Most of the problem, problem in the eyes is all connected to the liver.
yes,
And detox the liver daily is so important. And I'm going to give you 5 tips that I give you for the preparation when you do the colonic. And who doesn't have the colonic can get some enema bags and start doing warm water once a week.
okay,
That's the best way to start. So the first in the morning, lemon juice and warm water. First thing in the morning. Caffeine is very aggressive for the adrenal glands. Everybody knows when we have the caffeine, coffee in the morning on an empty stomach, what's happening? You spikes the cortisol in the body.
yeah,
When you have the coffee after you have your lunch, it's better because it helps to metabolize because you have food in your stomach.
got it.
Okay? So I don't say for not having caffeine, but have it in the right time in limited form, like black coffee,
Mm,
not dairy, no sugar.
mm,
So the other things is no dairy in a minimum amount. Like if you have a goat or buffalo mozzarella fresh, uh, no gluten and no processed foods and minimum amount of red meat. So if you start with that, your body gonna be very happy and your eyes gonna be very clear for sure.
that is very, very true, and we're on the same page there. Um, Yeah, it's amazing how people just start their day off with black coffee. I don't do caffeine at all. I
Yeah.
don't do well with it. But yeah, I mean, you can get very addicted to it. I know my wife, she does Earl Grey tea in the morning, and she had some health issues and kind of shifted away from even that level of caffeine. Now she's doing great. But so I hear you, and we so look forward to having you as a resource at the summit. And I will put your Instagram information and also your website in the podcast notes. Um,
Yes.
and I want to thank you for your generosity
Thank you.
and
Pleasure.
sharing today. And I'll definitely be right with you, introducing you and taking your class at the summit. And Alexandra, thank you so much for sharing today. Really appreciate
Well, and during this summit, I would like to give you one shamanic healing session, remote session or in presence, so whatever people are.
it. Okay.
And I would like to send also 5 colon cleanse mix and 5 golden milk for the summit for the guests, whatever, or for someone there.
We'll arrange that. That'll be
Okay.
all right. Many blessings. Namaste. Thank you so much. And we'll see you soon.
See you soon. Thank you so much.